Hi, welcome to the Gear Garage. My name is Zach. This is my little internet show about whitewater stuff. And in this episode, I want to talk about boat spacing and boat order. I've been taping a lot, or I've been videoing a lot of these little videos for our online rowing course and thought, you know what? This is something I should talk about and publish on my YouTube channel because it's really important for safety. And I consider boat spacing and boat order something everybody should think about as boaters, but I teach it as a class 4 skill. Like if I think of how I classify skills, you know, class 3 boaters I see as sort of individuals. They're not looking out for each other. They're kind of a bunch of individuals going out. I feel like a class 4 boater looks out for other people and hopefully is looked out for as well. And class 4 boating to me is more of a team activity than an individual activity. Now I'm making a generalization here, but that's just my thoughts about it. So I teach this as a class 4 skill myself. And think about 4 boats going downriver. I really like having at least 3 boats going down. 2 boats is okay. 1 boat I think is dangerous. So I like to have at least 3. Let's talk about 4. The boat that's in front, I like to have be the most experienced person. The person that knows the river the best and is really good, right? Because they're leading the way down. They're showing everybody where to go. But also, if that lead boater swims, there's not really a person to rescue them. There's nobody downstream. Swimmers typically move faster than rafts because their bodies hanging kind of in the lower currents, then the lower currents are moving a little bit faster than the surface currents, right? So if you have a swimmer at a lead boat, that person it's hard to rescue them. So you want to minimize your chances of a swimmer in a lead boat. The person in a lead boat should understand that they're exposed and hopefully be athletically in good shape to self-rescue. So that's why I like to have my second boat be the next best boater. I want somebody really solid behind the lead boat. Again, if the lead boat swims, that second boat has to go ahead at full speed and rescue that person. Whoever's in this next section, which is the next 0 to 10 boats, I don't really, whatever. They're just kind of doing their thing. And then the last boat to me is really important because the last boat typically has the safety gear, like the pin kit, for example, or the wrap kit, whatever you want to call it, first aid kit, maybe the emergency communication device if you're somewhere remote. And so this person is going to catch up with an emergency. So let's say like this boat has a problem. These guys might be down at the bottom of the next rapid. They shouldn't be, but they could be so far ahead that this person is sort of stuck somewhere. Well, the sweep boat is always going to catch the emergency, almost always catch the emergency, and have to handle something and have the equipment to do it. So again, I have the most experienced, second most experienced, third most experienced. And this is not a perfect science. Like, you don't always look at everybody and like, hey, raise your hand if you're the most experienced. You can't order people by experience. This is just a gut feel judgment call when you're boating with people that you don't know. Even with people you know. Like, I can't always judge properly who the best boater is or who the best person is. But it's a generalization, right? Like, this person I feel is really solid, I'm going to put them in front. This person I feel is really solid too, and they can catch up with them, I'm going to make them second. And this person is, can handle emergencies well, I'm going to put them in the back. That's another way to think about it. And this is just my way of thinking. If you have other thoughts, I'd love to hear them because I'm always looking to learn and improve my way of thinking. The next thing I'll talk about is boat spacing. And boat spacing is challenging. It's challenging for a few reasons. One is you have to kind of judge how close you can be to the boat in front of you without being too far away, right? I can't always say how much it is. As a general rule, if you just want a quick answer, I'm gonna say 2 to 3 boat lengths, right? But if it's super technical water where you're likely to get stuck, you might want a little bit more space. So if the person in front of you gets stuck, you don't run into them, right? Running into somebody usually causes problems. Or if it's really continuous water, you want somebody right on your tail, like right behind you, because if they swim, you want to be able to catch up with that person quickly, right? So boat spacing can be tricky. As a good generalization, I like the second boat pretty close behind the first boat. Again, now if that person swims, that second boat can just go, right? And then 2 to 3 boat lengths, 2 to 3 boat lengths, again, based on the conditions. Now, one thing that happens, people really struggle with boat spacing, right? I can tell you do 2 to 3 boat lengths. I can tell you the spacing, but what if this person speeds up? Or what if they start pulling? That pulling propagates through everybody. So if this person's slow, this person has to go slow, this person has to go slow, this person has to go slow. Or let's say these two go fast and this one goes slow. Well, these two need to see that, and they need to slow down to this person's speed. And so I see it as like this bungee. Everybody has like bungee cords between them, right? And if somebody's getting ahead, that kind of tells that kind of makes them come back together, right? So we know where we're supposed to be, but again, based on people pulling and pushing and doing different things or just catching eddy lines, the spacing gets set off. The thing we need to think about is our equilibrium, right? Where do we need to be, and let's keep working towards getting back there. And so when I think of class 4 boating, it's about being able to do this, but also, can you run the rapid both pushing and pulling, right? Like, just if this person's going really slow, can you also run the rapid slowly so that you're not like running up on them, you're keeping proper spacing? Or if this person's going fast, can you catch up with them? And so a great class 4 boater, in my mind, can run a rapid quickly or slowly, but that person, however they do it, they're staying in boat order with proper boat spacing. I think that, to me, is way more impressive, being able to keep your spacing in your order, than it is to run some class 5 rapid, because you're running the rapid and being part of the team making their way down. And just to finish up and reiterate, I really love the idea of the bungee cords behind rafts. And so, again, if these two get too spread apart, the bungee cord tells this person catch up and this person slow down. But then if you get too close, back up a little bit. So everything's constantly in flux, and something that the first boat does affects the last boat, right? And everybody's ability to work together is really cool. And when you're with 3 or 4 other boaters and you're doing this effortlessly, to me, it's the coolest feeling, coming down as a team, setting proper safety for each other and looking out for each other. So those are, again, some quick thoughts about boat spacing and boat order. Right now I'm filming little mini videos about this for a course, so if you have things to add that I didn't say, please let me know. I'd love to hear what you think, or if you have different opinions about who should be placed where, or boat spacing, or if you think it's 2.5 to 3.5 boat lengths, not 2 to 3. Give me your thoughts. Again, for a lot of this stuff, there's no rafting, standards association that says what it is. As I'm trying to figure some of this stuff out, I really look to feedback from many of you out there that watch Gear Garage, and just friends to chat with you about. So I'm looking for feedback as I film these things for a class. And don't forget to subscribe. Just lightly tap that subscribe button, smash the like button, and see you in the next episode. Thanks.